everybody. So as I was previously talking about in a different video, talking about the lineage of the Baltimore Area Council and the Scout camps, this is a brief synopsis. It kind of shows Camp Lindstedt, and during World War II, there was some transition between 45, 46, ultimately into 1948, which was the pioneer season of Baltimore or Broad Creek Memorial Scout Reservation, as well as they had different jamborees and camporees from 1942 through 1945. And then in addition to that, it's kind of our history of the camporees going up into the early 70s when they started doing district camporees as opposed to really the council camporees. And a couple things that I'd like to add to it was pictures of the actual camporee and pictures of obviously some of the council members with their old uniforms. I was able to pick up some of those off eBay from, I guess the Baltimore Sun had sold out some of their old photos, and I was able to procure some of those to add to the frame. And then over on the next display, I have a breakdown of the community strips for Baltimore Area Council. You have the khaki and red community strips, and as I evolved and was able to collect more, I realized that there was a number of different community strips for Baltimore Area Council, and they evolved over time. You had the khaki and red, and then you have the red and white, and then for the different entities, for the Sea Scouts, for the Air Scouts, for the Explorers, they also had different patches. And one of the things that you can see from the display that I put together is that I don't actually have all of these patches, but I was able to get images of the patches, whether it be me taking a photo of somebody else's collection or being able to go on eBay in the event I wasn't able to be the winning bidder or wasn't able to find it. As long as I was able to get a photo, I was able to blow up that photo. I was able to put it on a color printer and be able to print out on that photo paper, and then obviously put it in there. So like for the MD, I don't actually have one of these. However, I was able to do it. Same thing goes for the Air Scout Baltimore strip. It's unlikely that I'm going to pick one up, so I still wanted to be able to put it in the frame to show that the history of scouting. And then again, some of the other things that went along with it was kind of neat that I learned along the way is that for the Baltimore Area Council Sea Scout strip, they had a different uniform. They had a tan uniform, so the officers dyed the white strip with coffee to get the tan color of the uniform. So neat little things that I've learned along the way when it came to collecting Baltimore Area Council. Moving on to the next frame, I have a collage of some of the early felt OA sashes. OA has been a real big part of my life. I've really enjoyed my time being a member of the Order of the Arrow and going through advancing from ordeal to brotherhood. And then when I was working at the really the council level on the lodge staff, I was given the vigil honor, and I'm very proud of that fact through Nentico Lodge, and I just want to express my appreciation for it. Having said that, I want to again show the history of scouting. So there's some of the early felt sashes and kind of how they transitioned in time from felt on felt to felt on the silkscreen on felt, ultimately to some of the embroidered patches. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the earlier versions of the vigil sashes. However, saying that, my intent is to honestly get some pictures and be able to put them into the collage as well to show how the transition of the uniform has occurred. Moving on to the next slide, I put together the collage of really a 1940s typical uniform. This was the Eagle Scout who attended and was a standard camper in 1948, as well as attended the camporee and was an honor patrol for the BSA. So it was a neat patch, as well as old neckerchief slides, old campaign cover, and an old merit badge sash. So we're moving up again into the 1940s. These are a number of different uniforms that I put together to try to mimic, honestly, some of the photos that I got. Again, some of these photos were from the Baltimore Sun and from other places where I was able to procure the images and actually frame them. So you can see the actual outline with the white tape and whatnot. That was from the original photographer framing it up to be able to put it on or put it into the newspaper. So I thought that was kind of neat. One of the things I like about this display right here, it really shows some of the scouting history with the patrol putting up the American flag at a campsite, as well as citations of merit and the championship award, as well as some merit badge cards and some Eagle Scouts in the photos. It shows the standard campers again for Region 3 from 1941 and 1945, as well as one neat fact that I had was when I got this uniform, it had the Norfolk patch hung over the Reading patch, and it was actually sewn on, just like you can see the 24, and I can't see the troop that's underneath it. But probably the parents of this scout had sewn on over the new patch. So obviously they moved from Reading to Norfolk, and I thought that was so neat, and I couldn't wait to actually unsew the one patch to figure out exactly what was underneath. So that was fun.